Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Shifting Tones, a podcast with nerdy tones and shifting hosts? Question mark. That's right. This week we don't have Steph. We have, in fact, our good friend D, of course,
Hello.
and returning for the first time in 2026, the world famous Lorissa.
Hiya!
That's right, folks.
Yay.
This new Shifting Tones format is going to be a alternating hosts kind of thing every week, most likely with Larissa and Steph. Steph going uh, back to work is making her have a different schedule and busy schedule. So it's just, this is the way it is. And we're happy to have Larissa here, and we'll be happy to have Steph back. At least I am, D. What about you?
Yeah, it's fun to shake things up every once in a while, so I think we'll have a
That's
good
right.
time.
That's right. Before I get into asking you how you guys are doing, Larissa, what's it like being back in the hot seat, back in the saddle of it all?
Back in the saddle. It's great. Listeners, I did take some time off. I needed to help my family with a family crisis, I would put it. So I was helping my parents fix up their house in order to accommodate for all of that. And now that's slowing down, I have time to be back. So I'm loving it. And hopefully it's just like a bike and I'm gonna keep rolling, mixing my metaphors and everything,
Oh
but
boy, oh
hopefully I'm not
boy.
too rusty for you guys.
Classic rusty bike metaphor.
I
All right,
know.
D, tell us how you're actually doing. Give us the small talk. What's the haps?
Well, it was my birthday recently, if you
Oh
didn't
yeah.
Ooh.
know. Uh, and I got to celebrate it with some wonderful friends, go to the zoo, hang out. I fell asleep before the bad movie, but other people watched the bad movie.
You
Got
I
mean
watched the important
fantastic
parts.
movie.
From what I hear, it was no bueno, but very entertaining. Not for the way they intended, but
Oh,
overall
yes.
entertaining. But yeah, I've been busy at work, but I had a great weekend, and then I took the day off on Monday, so I
Nice.
just slept in, played video games. I finished that cat mail game, like the
Oh,
storyline.
fun.
It is one of
Very
those
cool.
games where you can just keep going afterwards, but
Mhm.
I decided I didn't want to do that because I've been still into Moonlight Peaks, which
Ooh.
is like the Stardew-esque game, but if you were a vampire. Um,
Oh, interesting.
I've been having a good time. I just learned my first spell in the game.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was nice to have a day before work, and now, of course, work just went bananas as soon as I went back.
Sure.
So even though it'll be a 4-day week for me, it's already a long week and I've only worked 2 days. So
Rough.
we'll see. I'm very excited for the weekend
Hell yeah.
already. So yeah. How about you guys? How are you guys doing?
Hit us, Larissa.
I hit him. Okay, goodness. What have I been doing? You don't want to hear about all the chores I've been doing. That's boring. So, I also partook in the birthday activities. And like I
Yeah.
What?
said earlier, yeah, I tried to watch that bad movie. I watched the beginning of it and fell asleep during the middle and then woke up at the end. And I was told that was the best way to watch it. So, I'm
Yeah.
glad I was
I
able to
also
do
heard
that.
that was the best way to watch it.
100%. So real quick, the movie is
Yeah.
called Equinox. It came out, I believe, in like 1970 or in the
Hmm.
70s at some point.
Absolutely.
Um,
It's like a
and
C horror film, not B. It's like
It's like a student
yeah,
film,
student
right?
film. Yeah.
that's what it felt like. It's about this guy who's clearly a geologist. He makes that known because he can identify a dead body as most geologists can.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Not anthropology. Absolutely
and
not.
his friend, the professional basket weaver, go on a
Amazing.
blind date with these two girls and take them out into the woods to have a picnic with their professor, whose house is destroyed. And they come across what's his name? The sheriff, the devil.
Oh, yes,
Spoiler,
Osmodeus, like
Osmodeus.
the TikTok
Asmodeus.
meme.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Mhm.
Um, who's trying to like kiss them. That's his whole thing is he wants to
Yeah.
kiss the girls.
Yeah, because it's
Um,
implied they're a vampire, so
Uh,
no, I don't
yeah,
know
I
what it
would
is.
say so.
Anyways, there's a giant
Very poorly
troll.
implied.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, there's a giant troll, a gorilla dinosaur combo, and a flying devil that gets beaten by a cemetery cross. Fantastic movie. You should watch it. I just spoiled the whole thing
Absolutely.
because the other half of the movie
Well,
is them finding the Book of the Dead and just like running around with it and it getting stolen or dropped every 2 seconds. So,
I feel like knowing the plot makes it a little bit better. So, like, you're not just like sitting there twiddling your thumbs where you're like, hey, this is some dull dialogue for like 5 minutes here. Then you'll be excited that you're like, they're going to see some like creepy kaiju in a few seconds.
Oh, some of my favorite ways to watch a bad movie is looking up all the fun facts
That's
as
right.
we
we did do
all
that.
watch and rag on it together, or a movie we've seen 1,000 times.
Mhm.
Sometimes it makes it more
Yes.
fun. I don't do it for new movies I've never watched, but when it's that bad or an old movie that no one's really
You
paying
gotta spice
attention
it
to,
up.
so funny. It's a good
Oh, yeah.
time.
Sorry, continue, Larissa, I
Oh,
apologize.
yes, yes. What have I actually been doing? So, like I said, I've been helping my parents out with their house, and that's slowed down now. And so I'm trying to like work myself back into my creative projects.
Ooh.
Again, if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at Larissa.Schaefer, just in case you
Nice.
forgot. But I think I'm going to go with a more traditional route this time. I'm a little fatigued from the digital illustration. So I've been working on this like illustration print with like a big sketchbook and some pencils. So it's really nice to work with
Ooh.
like physical materials again. And
Nice.
hopefully, I don't know, it turns out good. I don't know. I haven't done something like this in a while.
Nice. Well,
Yeah, no,
I'm
it's very exciting.
excited.
Me
Yeah.
too.
It's fun watching you work and going through your process, and, you come out with some pretty cool, unique stuff, so
Yeah, it takes much longer because I'm a bit rusty with this traditional way. So
right.
I don't know. We'll see. It might take another month or so.
Absolutely. But we're proud of you.
Thank you.
Let's see, me, the host, Sam. I got a new phone. I got the Galaxy
Ooh.
Z Fold
Oh.
8. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, you're not a
Uh,
It's the
fold
passport
phone
style.
person.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm kind of a big shot. Um,
mhm.
Larissa has the Z Flip 7,
I do.
the one that's a flip phone. This is a fold phone, so it folds out to a tablet, which I've never been a big fan of the designs until it came out with the shorter one, and it's much more form factor, and you can use the outside of it and the inside to like split a YouTube video and play a game on it or whatever. I enjoy it. It's pretty cool. Finding a case was horrible,
It was a journey.
expensive and horrible.
Mm.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know, it's worth it. I really enjoy it. Let's see, what else did I do this weekend? Oh, I went to that party.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
Mm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Watched that movie. Um, ate some hot dogs
Yeah.
Yes.
and partaked in for the first time a Dr. Pepper zero sugar blackberry. Which
Ooh.
if you like zero sugar drinks already and you want something with a little bit like of a different taste, I would go for it. Fantastic. It was delicious. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
That's good.
Yep, that's my small talk.
Okay.
Phone
Nice.
and Dr. Pepper. Those were really fun facts that you guys all gave. And speaking of fun facts, that's what we're talking about today is obscure fun facts or fun interesting facts. The reason I want to talk about this is I used to listen to a podcast called There's No Such Thing as a Fish, which
Okay.
for those that don't know is there was this British scientist who like his whole life studied fish in the ocean and just everywhere
Naturally.
and realized that like fish is just kind of a term for things that swim in the water because a bee flies, a butterfly flies, a bird flies, but they're not all birds,
Mm.
you know.
No.
Yeah.
And he found out that like a salmon is actually much more closely related to some sort of land animal than it is to a
Huh.
hagfish or something. Yeah.
Interesting.
Huh.
And so I thought that was a really interesting fact, and that's what they did. They would each week give one or two interesting facts, and I'll talk about what made them interesting and the history of these facts and just this whatever interesting thing you can tell me. So that's what we're doing this week. I figure we
Nice.
brought a couple each. So I don't know if you guys want me to start or if you guys want to start, how we want to do this. I have my two big facts and then I have some smaller ones that we can hit at the end if we need some time or just some speed round stuff. So,
Well, why don't you go first then?
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, I'll hit you with the most fun one I have,
Ooh.
um, which is the strange case of the St. Louis 1904 marathon.
Okay.
Okay.
Is arguably one of the most unusual and controversial races in Olympic history.
Oh, the Olympics. Ooh,
Yes,
interesting.
Okay.
and it
Okay.
led to major changes in the event and almost resulted in it being removed from the program altogether.
Wow, that's pretty
Oh.
crazy.
So
Yes.
what
So
happened?
exactly, let me tell you.
Uh,
So all this information is from Olympics.com. So if you'd like to read the article and get some information about it, it's
Or
here.
fact check it, yeah.
Or fact
mhm,
check me,
mhm.
whatever. So the route for the race involved several laps around Francis Field Stadium on
Oh
Washington
god, no.
University, and then before exiting the stadium's eastern gate, they had to head back into the Olympian Way and then go on the outside of the city limits. Well,
Wow.
which is
Okay.
weird to begin with that they ran around a track multiple times and just
I agree.
went outside the stadium.
Right.
However, what made it even worse is that not only were they doing this weird run, it was also like 92 degrees that day.
Ooh.
Oh, no. What time do
And
they run?
uh probably not early morning if I had to guess.
Yeah,
Rough.
primetime television time, more than
Yeah.
Oh,
anything.
yeah.
And
Ugh.
so once they got out, they're on the hilly roads and there was dust kicking up, and everything.
Mhm.
Um so at the express order of the games director who mistakenly believed that dehydration was a benefit for
Oh
athletes.
god.
Oh, I do remember that, yeah, it was a weird time in the '20s for sports science.
Yes, they only set
Yeah.
up one single water station at the
Oh
12
my
mile point.
god.
That's the 12-mile point?
Yes.
Wow.
I'd
Since
be
then
dead
now they're
before
like
then. So
right.
That is like 32 miles, right? That's like halfway done,
Well,
basically.
we'll get to some interesting
Oh my
why this is
goodness.
such an interesting race. But nowadays there are about 15 water stations throughout a marathon.
Yeah.
As a result of all these challenging conditions, 18 of the 32 runners dropped out of the race through exhaustion
Wow.
and dehydration alone.
Yeah.
wild. That's so many
So,
people.
exactly. So while that was happening, South African runner Len
Mhm.
Tunyane, sorry if I'm butchering that
Okay.
name, was chased a mile off the course by a pack of
What?
wild dogs.
Oh my
How?
gosh.
Just a pack of wild dogs. It was 1904.
I guess that's
Um,
fair.
and then Cuban runner Felix Carvajal uh,
Mhm.
was ended up taking a nap because he had stomach cramps after stopping to eat some apples he had found.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
gosh. Why would you eat random apples that you
I don't
found?
know.
What's crazy is both of these events, the wild dogs chasing this man and
Mhm.
the guy stopping to take a nap after eating apples, both finished the race in ninth and fourth place.
That's
Oh
crazy
my
because everyone else
gosh.
dropped out.
Yes. Um, and then there was Thomas Hicks of the US, whose time of 3 hours, 28 minutes, and 53 seconds.
Wow.
Um, he won the race and is the slowest in Olympic history by half an hour to do so.
I was gonna say.
Oh my
He spent
gosh.
the last 10 miles of the race in excruciating pain and agony
Aw.
and was given egg whites, brandy, and strychnine sulfate
Oh my god.
um, to finish the race. Now, at the time, strychnine sulfate was a popular and legal stimulant. However, it is actually more widely known today as like rat poison.
Yeah, I was
Um,
about to say that can't be
yes,
good.
even in small doses, it can kill somebody, which is just crazy. He was pretty much almost carried to the finish line. So he never ran another marathon again after that, by the way.
Understandable.
Uh, and because of that, they had to introduce the first anti-doping rules into the Olympics. No competitor, either at the start or during any race, may take or receive any type of drug. It will just result in a qualification, and that's stuck with them since. So I thought
Huh.
that was pretty cool. It didn't end there, though. The controversy surrounding the entire thing was that the first athlete to cross the line was US's Fred Lors. And you're like, oh, well, I thought this Hicks guy was the first place runner. Yes, because it was later found out that Lors had hailed a car ride
Oh my
back to the
gosh.
stadium after initially dropping out of the race due to exhaustion. However, the car then broke down and he decided to run the remaining few miles of the marathon and got all these cheers from the crowd and everybody was like excited for him, and then he was disqualified, of course, because they found out about the car ride and given a lifetime ban by the amateur athletic union. However, this was later rescinded and he went on to win the next year 1905 Boston Marathon.
Oh my gosh.
um
Chaos.
Yeah, so after the race, a lot of people argued that the marathon was too dangerous to begin with and should be abolished. Among them was the game's director himself, who said the event was indefensible. So despite the controversy, though, the marathon was back at London in 1908 and has remained on the Olympic program ever since. Yeah, so there's that. There's some fun facts for you.
Wild.
Yeah, that's a crazy story, Sam, and as a former high school track and cross country athlete, I could feel the pain of these people.
I just not like it's not only that the fact that they had to run in like 92-degree weather and
Right.
had a single water station, but all these other
Uh-huh.
things, packs of dogs and eating random
Strychnine
apples,
poisoning.
yeah, taking poison,
Wild.
taking a car ride, the car breaking down. When I read about this, I was like, this is so good. This is so funny.
It's a
It's a
series of
great
unfortunate
story.
events.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Where's
that's
my
my first
movie?
fun fact. I don't know. We got to come up with one though. All right, who wants to go next?
Well, I can go next.
Sure,
Okay,
sounds
hit
good.
us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not a long narrative story like yours, but let me I'm looking for a phrase. That old rustiness is coming right back.
Oh boy, here
Let
we
me
go.
pump it up, like raise the roof. Let's try to
Oh
drum up
no.
some
You're so
excitement
hip.
for this story.
Can we
I'm
get Pico
so
on the
hip.
podcast instead?
Yeah, that's right. We're still making those Haya shirts eventually, right? Right? No?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm,
Throwback.
mhm,
Well, anyway, so we talk about nerdy stuff every once in a while, right?
mhm.
Anime, fantasy, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, how much do you know about alchemy?
Oh, is this about the recent news article?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I love
Yes.
alchemy.
Tell me
Um,
more.
alchemy.
So
Well,
alchemy. Oh
it's
yeah. Do you know?
alchemy. It's like the old school, like Merlin wizard, like people back in the day before we really understood science and stuff. The whole thing, like turning lead into gold because they're on right next to or somehow related to each other on the periodic table. I forget what the periodic table looks like in my brain, but
It's a table.
people want to turn lead into gold. That way they can be rich. That's the whole thing. And
Exactly.
yeah, so magic.
Mhm.
Magic.
hmm But
Tell me, Larissa.
potions.
Yeah, and just some more quick history, real quick. Apparently, the reason why they thought they can do this was it was like a philosophical and like spiritual reason where they thought everything that's in like the universe is made from like one essential like substance. And so they
Mm.
were thought that like if everything's made from this one substance, surely we can transform anything into whatever we desire. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. And, again, a quick physics and chemistry lesson for all of you guys who have not taken a class like we have in the last decade or so. Um, anything in the world has matter, and matter is made up of mass. And
Mhm.
what makes up mass and matter? Quick question. Do you guys know? It's
Atoms.
Adams.
atoms. Yes. And atoms can be broken down even further into protons and neutrons. And they're kind of like a magnetic field, that's what they give off. And
With
that's
electrons.
why. Exactly. But what's even smaller than that? Do you remember?
Oh
Quark.
This
gosh.
is this is the AP question.
Um, a neutron?
No, neutron,
No.
proton, and electron are all the same. I know
Yes.
Sam said quark. I feel like there's another
Yes.
word. Oh,
Nope.
okay.
Quark. That's what
Quark.
we're
Okay.
looking for.
Oh, well,
It's.
wait, I said that.
I know. That's why I mentioned that you said
Well,
it.
no, I know, but Larissa didn't say I got it right.
I didn't hear you say that.
D
My
stealing my
bad.
credit.
No, I said
Oh
Sam
man.
said it.
I'll let the record show that I said it, and then D
hmm
said that I said it.
All
hmm
right. All right. I'm gonna spray some W40 because, like I said, the rust is still coming
Oh
off.
boy. Is stuff available?
Well, anyway, so scientists, they like figuring out things in the universe. And so for a long time, they've been trying to figure out how our universe has been created.
Right.
And there's this one theory, kind of like the old alchemist, where like essentially the universe was made from an originating substance. And how this happened was through the Big Bang.
Okay. Yes,
hmm
the TV show. Yep.
Yes, the
hmm
TV show. And so they think that this substance was created right after the Big Bang. And they think that that substance is related to quarks. And so what they've been doing in like a bunker, like I think it was like 50 or 60 meters down below the Earth's surface, they've been colliding these different like quarks. We're not just talking like protons and neutrons, like the little baby guys.
The little
And
baby
this
guys, just
like
little
Mhm.
guys.
yeah, just a little machine, they're just like keep colliding into each other, and it's basically like nuclear like physics in the way because we're dealing with the like smaller guys.
Yeah.
And because of all that energy and effort, the inside of the instrument gets to be like 10,000 times hotter than the sun's core.
Oh wow.
Huh.
Yeah, so for something like this, in order to keep it cool, safe, everyone stays healthy, I think the last estimate for how much it cost was like $1.4 billion.
Dang.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
So, not the most efficient way to be, playing with quarks. Anyway, to wrap it up, they've been, like I said, trying to figure out what that original substance is. So they've been trying different, like, I don't know, periodic elements. And so they found out, and they didn't even know this was going on. It had been going on for years. And then they
Okay.
just looked at like the data results and they're like, huh, there's this anomaly going on. And like all good little scientists and learners of science, the best discoveries happen by mistake.
Yes, that's right.
Mm.
Absolutely by
Yes,
accident.
exactly. And so anytime they put like lead into the machine, because lead is one of the most abundant substances in the universe, even outside in like space, there were some quarks that would like not quite collide with each other, and it would create this electromagnetic field strong enough that it was ripping away all the different like quarks from that specific molecule of lead, and it was changing its structure.
Okay,
You
interesting.
following me? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that changed substance that it created is gold. They did it, guys. We finally made alchemy.
I don't get why they
Amazing.
weren't able to do this in the 1500s. It seems pretty simple
They
and
just had to
I
straightforward.
build a
mean,
super collider about so many
exactly.
feet under the Earth's surface. You
Now
know,
that's my question. Is it being that far under the earth so that if something catastrophic were to happen, it wouldn't like, hurt people? Because it
Yeah,
still
cause of
seems like if
calamity.
something
yeah.
happens,
That's how we
we're just
get,
gonna blow up from the
the
inside out.
Flash.
Mhm.
And
Yes,
Exactly.
that's exactly how we got the
yeah, that's how
Flash.
we got the Flash. So, gotta be safe. Don't need to
I don't know.
introduce
I
the
want to be the
Speed
Flash.
Force into our universe.
I'll use it for good. I promise.
I saw that article yesterday.
Mhm.
I didn't read it, but I saw a TikTok of a lady crying
Yes.
because she's like, "Oh, those people were right."
I know, and they were, cause like, the mythology behind it, if you think about it in an abstract way, it's like, yeah, like, quirks make up,
Yeah,
like,
not wrong.
everything, and, like, positive and negative, they just kinda,
Yeah.
like, emit shiny things every once in a while. So, yeah, the amount of gold they've produced, and they've been doing these experiments since, like, 2018, so they've been, like, accidentally producing gold for a while. Um, the amount they've collected so far, and they first noticed this, by the way. I don't know why this article just came out again. Maybe they made a reiteration of it, be like, "Hey guys, remember what we did?" This
Mhm.
happened last year in May,
Mm.
where they noticed it for the first time. The amount of gold they've created is less than what is included in like a computer chip.
Mm.
Okay, so very minimal.
Very minimal.
Very, very small
But
amounts,
it's
but like
happening and
before
that's what
ex
matters.
That's
exactly, and
true.
it's staying. It's not like it's like they created it in a vacuum and it was only existing for like a second. Like they've been were
Right.
able to do that
Mm.
in the past in like the 80s with like bismuth, but it was like immediately
Deteriorated
gone.
probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by the time they kind of like I don't know what they do, like open the pressurized tube or anything like that.
So if I just take two pieces of lead and keep smacking them together, eventually I'll get gold.
I mean, eventually, it may take like an infinite amount of time. We're like talking like Loki and Thanos amount of time,
Mhm.
but you know,
You know.
Okay.
we did it.
Yeah. Well, thank you,
Nice.
Larissa. That was a fun
Yeah,
fact.
I
fun,
love that.
fun, fun.
Modern day
D hit us.
magic. Um,
Exactly.
Right.
okay. I have a very random fact that I'm sure I've told you guys before, but I kind of took this opportunity to be like, I was told this random fact. A lot of people find it fun when I tell them, but is it actually true? So I Googled it and did my own
Nice.
research, and it is true. There is still some debate, but it is true. Bananas.
Something about vaccines. No,
Nope. You know,
Oh, bananas! Come on, say it. Listen.
bananas. So,
bananas.
but did you know bananas are, this isn't a fun fact, but bananas are the fourth largest crop in the entire world?
I did not
Interesting.
know that.
It's
No,
Do you know
I
what
would have
number
not
1
have
is?
guessed.
I do not know, but I do know bananas are the number one selling produce at Walmart because
That's
I
true.
used to work there. And they would say
I
that
would have
all
to
the
guess
time.
number 1 is probably rice if I had to guess.
Yeah, probably some sort of starch.
Or
Grain,
Yeah,
yeah.
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 D, quick question, trivia question.
Mhm, mhm.
Do you still know the code for banana? Because I sure do, because I also worked in a grocery
Oh
store.
my gosh, I feel like it starts with a
It does.
4091 or something like
Oh,
that.
so close. It's 4011. I
Oh,
was the actual
dang it.
cashier ringing it up,
Dang.
so
Oh boy, here we go.
Well, so
Is that the fun fact? The
Yep,
no.
banana
an
code?
No,
extra
no,
bonus
no.
fun fact.
My fun fact is that kind of two in one. All bananas are clones of each other.
Okay.
And
Oh,
the banana flavor that we know and love in candies
Yes.
is a different kind of banana than what is currently sold in supermarkets around the world right now. So, they bananas are commercially propagated, aka they're clones of each other.
interesting.
So they propagate them to be a very specific kind of banana, because there's a bunch of different kinds, and bananas do have seeds inside them. They're just very small, so we can't tell when we're eating it. And
Okay.
they were introduced into America in like 18 oh, why did I not write down this? 18 something. I wrote down the other year. In 18 something to America, and it got really popular because why not? Bananas are good, they're high in
Yeah,
potassium, they're a health
tasty.
food, you know.
Yeah.
Well, in 1890, a global fungal disease wiped out that kind of banana from like entire banana farms were wiped out through Latin America and the Caribbean.
That's crazy.
Um, so the early 1900s, they were looking for a disease-resistant banana, which is
Mm,
now the modern day banana that we know and see everywhere. Like the standard, what you think of as a standard banana, that's called the Cavendish banana.
okay.
And so they found it to be more disease resistant than other types. It's bigger and it has a thick peel and small seeds. So
Nice.
it just is a very good combination of all the different things they liked. And so they decided, yep, this is the banana we're going to clone and make the main banana that we sell, and it makes up 40% of all banana production worldwide.
Wow.
Huh.
So,
That's insane.
yeah.
I was gonna say I can see a potential problem here though too.
Yes. So they're good for business because you can really easily make them, and it keeps the quality very similar, the taste very similar. But just like back in 1890, there's these funguses that are now attacking the Cavendish banana. So they are trying to figure out ways to prevent that from getting to the current farms. Um, I don't know how well they're doing about that, but we still have a lot of bananas in the supermarket, so I'm assuming it's okay.
Yeah,
Um,
fingers crossed.
but one of my favorite facts about bananas that came out of this wipeout of bananas, which it was called the Michelle, I don't know how
Yes.
to type of banana, was what was originally sold and propagated and what was wiped out. It's still around, but it's a lot
Okay.
harder to get a hold of, and it has a stronger flavor than the Cavendish banana. So the flavoring of like banana Laffy Taffy and like runts, you're like, that's a really, like, I know what a banana candy tastes like, but that
Mhm.
doesn't taste like banana. It's because it's a different banana. And there's some like speculation where it's like, oh, it's just the flavor of banana is this one chemical compound, so it's not actually modeled after the other banana, but it was, and it's just that particular banana we used to have had more of
Yeah.
that chemical compound and more of that flavor that we
Oh,
know. And so um nowadays we have a lot of milder bananas. So I guess like the tiny bananas that you can find and like the
like the
red
little runs?
bananas, those taste closer to runts than just our regular bananas that
Oh.
we can get. And I did find a fun article from Epicurious. I think it was a few years ago, but this guy like ordered bananas and then made like banana cream pie and banana pudding and
Huh.
stuff. And he said that the banana Foster's batch tasted almost exactly like Runts candy,
That's so good.
That's interesting.
like the pudding did. So,
Yeah.
so I thought that was fun, and I'll include the link to that Epicurious article. But that's one of my favorite facts that I learned while working produce at Walmart forever ago.
That is a fun fact. And
Mhm.
bananas are technically berries, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yep, bananas are berries. And
That's my fun fact. Yeah.
side fun fact, my mom called me in college de facto my freshman year of college because of when I would call her and talk about how college was going, I'd just tell her all the things I learned. And de facto means in fact or in practice. So
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
learned that I started being called D, and so she's like, "Oh, you're de facto." I was like,
That's really good.
please don't bully me, mother."
That's so
You gotta
good
change your
though.
Discord name now to de facto.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, I still like the one you currently have, which is really good. Um, okay. Wow. Thank you for that, Dee. Thank you
Mhm.
for your banana. That fact was bananas, I should say.
Absolutely. And if I can interrupt with a one quick comment, I'm
Yeah.
Mhm.
glad that banana died because I hate banana flavored candy.
I'm the opposite. I love banana
I
flavored
just
candy.
love Laffy Taffy, and for some reason, banana Laffy Taffy is so good. But if I eat, like, I'm
Yes.
not a huge fan of Runts or other banana flavored
Mhm.
things, but I think it's just because it's Laffy Taffy. I just love.
Yeah, Appetite's so good.
Pretty solid, and I love the dumb jokes on the back of Laffy Taffy too.
They're really
So
good.
pretty
I hate
solid.
key lime pie. That's a whole nother thing. Anyways, so my next fact is that we as a world had the year without a summer.
Well, I
So
love
Okay.
this story.
you know about this?
A little bit, yeah, yeah.
So this is a crazy story, kind of
Mhm.
like the strange case of the, Olympics, because this kind of created a chain of events. So in 1816, we had the year without a summer due to a volcano erupting in
Mhm.
what is now modern day Indonesia. What makes this interesting
Oh, okay.
is that this volcano eruption caused like Europe to fall to chaos, and it led to extreme hardships, food riots, famine. What there was a chain link of events. So there was a volcano that erupted in 1814, 2 years prior, in the Philippines, and that released a bunch of ash and gases into the atmosphere and started blocking out sunlight. But it wasn't like a huge issue. However, this volcano erupting was the largest, I think, on record volcano eruption ever, since potentially a volcano in 536 AD, but they're not able to 100% confirm that.
Sure.
But this led to a global cooling by a significant amount.
Mm.
Like it's only like a degree or two, but a degree or two in that significance can cause crops to not grow properly, can cause to, food issues and socioeconomic stresses. And it was just a horrible time because right before this was the Napoleonic Wars. So they were just
Mm.
coming off of that. And it's like this perfect storm for this issue. So not only was Europe experiencing this, but parts of Asia and about the New England region of the United States. The reason we know this to be true is that because of the gases released into the atmosphere, it creates this effect where it kind of creates this like red hazy light in the sky known as tephra.
Okay.
So there's high levels of tephra in the air, and a reason that we have really good accounting of this is not only people historically recounting it, but artists. So people were painting a lot of
Oh, fun.
scenes at that time
Ah.
Yeah.
depicting white, yellow, blue skies, sunsets normally.
Yeah.
Well, then in 1816, after that, people's paintings were depicting red skies and this like
Huh.
darker orange glow. And it was just really interesting to see that take the form of art. And you can
Yeah.
see this actually in other paintings around the time of 1883 with the eruption of Krakatoa, and
Hmm.
even in the more recent 1999 or 1991 eruption of Mount Pinatubo. So it's really unique to see that
Huh.
all these things kind of happen. Why it's important in the United States is because of this eruption all the way in Indonesia. It caused there to be a food crisis and a food
Mhm.
shortage,
Mhm.
which started the western expansion of the United States. People started moving more
Oh,
west.
right, because the crops were failing.
Oh.
Yes, and
Okay.
so uh, Illinois and Indiana became states in like shortly after. I think in
Yeah.
1816 Indiana became a state, and then
Okay.
1818 Illinois became a state. So there's this correlation there. Well, I think the most interesting fact about this is this event, the year without a summer, led
Mhm.
to the invention of the bicycle.
Okay.
Okay.
Because there was a food shortage, everybody at
Mhm.
that time relied on horses for transportation
Oh,
and for easy access. Well, people had to start eating their horses,
Oh,
or
no.
guys,
Or
they just
they
selling
could,
died.
them. Yeah.
or they couldn't feed the horses, so they had to start killing the
Yeah.
horses, and then they would eat them. And so there was the invention of like an earlier type of bicycle.
Mhm.
I don't remember what it's called. A velocipede,
What a
which was
name.
which essentially was a bike without, I think, pedals. It was just like you ran and then you kind of like a balance bike for kids
Oh, yeah.
and push yourself and would like hopefully go downhill or continue momentum.
Yeah.
Okay.
But all this led to the initial invention of the bicycle.
Huh.
Um,
So you're telling
so
me we have the Oregon Trail and dying from dysentery because of volcano in Indonesia?
Oh, that's not all. You're not wrong, but that's not all. We have the invention of the book Frankenstein and eventually the book
That's right.
Dracula because of this. Because in 1816, um, due to this, there was an increased rainfall, and it was, according to Mary Shelley, a wet, ungenial summer. So it forced Mary Shelley, Percy Shelley, Lord Byron, John William Polidori, and their friends to stay indoors at the Villa Diodati for much of
Mm.
their Swiss holiday.
That's
So
pretty
while they
cool.
were there, they had a competition to see who could write the scariest story, and
Yeah,
Mary Shelley won with Frankenstein.
Huh.
she
Um,
absolutely did.
Lord Byron wrote a fragment which was inspired to create the vampire, which was a precursor to Dracula. So it all kind of,
Circles back.
coincides. Yes. And then, Larissa, I think you'll find this part the most interesting. Let me see where it is
Okay.
in here.
Alright, I'm interested, you get piqued my interest.
Yeah, let me do a control F so I have the right exact.
Don't tell me it has something to do with my favorite special interest.
It does. It absolutely does.
I'm excited.
So,
It makes
uh,
sense, the
cor-
time period works.
so because of all of this, there was a big population issue in Vermont specifically. Vermont
Okay.
had a decreased population between 10 to 15,000 people in 1816, 1870, um, erasing 7 previous years of population growth too, which is crazy.
Wow, that's so many
Among the
people.
people who left Vermont due to this food shortage was
Mhm.
Joseph Smith,
No way.
who
Oh,
moved from
wow.
Norwich, Vermont to Palmyra, New York. And that
Wow.
move precipitated the series of events that culminated into him founding the Church of the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, so the Mormons.
Huh.
AKA Mormons, yeah. So wait,
So,
you're telling me
Wild.
sorry, hold on, the butterfly effect of this is the year without a summer created Twilight?
yeah, technically, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not wrong.
It
Napoleon created Twilight, but
Mhm.
by association. So yeah, that's my fun fact. The year without a summer, not Santa, uh, created Twilight.
Huh.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Wild.
there you go.
Huh. Alright, fair enough. Okay, I
All right,
guess
do
I'll
you
go
have
one
another
then.
one? Or Larissa,
Oh,
yeah, do you have another one?
yeah, 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 I can go. So mine's a little bit quick, but it also is very historical in nature, and I didn't realize how much this was tied into culture in a different way. I know I'm being, like, very vague, but it'll make sense in a second. So, you've heard of the term redneck, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I think we should potentially reclaim it as a socialist icon and a term that we should all wear with a badge of honor. Do you wanna know
Okay.
why?
Why?
Okay, so back in the old time in the country of Scotland,
Okay.
the church was trying to break away from the Roman Catholic Church, and King James was the one who, like, actually officially separated from the Catholic Church with the Church of England. I know King
Right.
Henry had his whole debacle, but he was the one who actually changed it. And
Mhm.
you're like, what does this have to do with rednecks?
Yeah.
Well, there were a bunch of people who were like, "Hey, I'm not Catholic anymore, but I'm also not part of the Church of England. I call myself a Presbyterian." And you're like, "Okay, where's
That
this
makes sense.
going? Is
Yeah.
this like some random church history?" Okay. Well, the Church of England didn't like that because Presbyterians, their social hierarchy for the church ladder was very democratic. Like they voted on who were the leaders of each individual church. And monarchy, Church of England was like, no, no, no. Our king is the voice of God. So you have to do what we have to do. And they're like, I like
Nah,
my
dog.
freedom.
No,
Right.
I'm fine.
Yeah. And so the Church of England was, pretty much persecuting them as you do, colonizer Britain.
Mhm.
So some of them left Scotland to avoid this persecution and they went across the little tiny pond to Ireland, specifically northern parts of Ireland.
Yes.
Very interesting, right?
Mhm.
And we all know that Ireland is very Catholic
Yes.
based. The Catholics still didn't like these Presbyterians, even though they were against England. And we all know Ireland hates England.
Right.
So they were able to establish a little bit of a community, but some of them were still like, I ain't cut out for this persecution from the Irish and the English. So they moved to across the bigger pond to America. And some of these people, they were of both Scottish and Irish descent because the Presbyterians were there long enough that they were commingling with the population.
Right.
And where do we know in America where there's a great big population of Scottish Irish descendants? Do you want to take a jab?
Boston.
Appalachia.
App- Appalachia. Hell yeah.
Boston.
Yeah. And fun fact, we're tying it back to rednecks. Back in the ye old Scottish times, in order to like signify that they were Protestants and not part of the Church of England, they would wear red bandanas around their neck.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. And it also made them, you know, more visibly identifiable. So I don't know how much that worked in their benefit.
Yeah, around that time, not too great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. But anyway, they decided to bring back that tradition when their descendants in Appalachia were starting to be persecuted by the local governments and the bigwig capitalists of the day who were, not Presbyterians. They were white Anglo-Saxons, you know? You feeling the
Mhm.
drift here?
Right.
And so a bunch of these Appalachian people were forced into these terrible working conditions and worked the coal mines that like fueled the economic revolution of the industrial revolution.
Hmm.
So they decided we're fed up with this. So they took up arms and started fighting against the foremen of these mines and things. And in the past, they would have just kind of used classic OG racism because there was other people who were non-white working in those mines too. But it didn't work because one guy was like, "Hey, remember everything we did back in Scotland? Let's bring that back. We're gonna wear red bandanas and call ourselves rednecks." And because of
Oh,
that identity, they all created like a solidarity. And so anytime one of the foremen was like, "Hey, let's get rid of that redneck," like they made it derogatory, which is
Hmm.
why we
yes.
associate it as derogatory today. Anyone else who saw that, someone being persecuted, they'd be like, "Oh, heck no. I'm gonna wear a bandana to work the next day." So, yeah,
Hmm.
Just kept going and kept growing. That's really cool.
exactly, and then we do know that eventually some of those coal miners and other industries as well,
Mhm.
they were able to, like, free themselves from the situations they were in and, led to the bigger labor movement where now we have the, standard 8 to 5, 40-day work week.
So
Hmm.
foreign rednecks are the results of or unions are the result of foreign rednecks.
Yeah, and, potentially, not so potentially, by King, wanting to, like, put his King James version of the Bible,
Mm.
force it down everyone's throats in the UK, so, yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you for that fun fact, Larissa.
Yeah.
D, you want to hit us with your second one?
Yeah, I can make this one pretty quick because I wanted to know it was true again. So um in March 2011, a 9.0 earthquake hit off the coast of Japan. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
And it tilted the Earth's axis by 17 centimeters.
Really?
What? That's
And
a lot.
yeah, and I'm like, that freaked me out when I heard that. I'm like, there has to be consequences
Of course.
to. So, of course, I looked into it, and I guess a lot of large Earth happenings, including earthquakes,
Mhm.
they change the Earth's mass because it's redistributing it, and so that impacts Earth's rotation.
Huh.
So that earthquake in 2011
Yeah.
moved moved not only Japan's main island by 8 feet or 2.4 meters, it
That's
Wow.
it
crazy.
also sped up the Earth's rotations by 1.8
Huh.
microseconds, or it's
Huh.
1.8 millionths of a second.
Okay.
Sure.
So that's wild.
Concerning.
Yeah.
Do we
And
need 2
so
leap days now?
so yeah, so I was like, that's wild. And I guess the way they explain it, how it works is like it's kind of like an ice skater pulling in her arms to spin faster. You're
Okay.
rearranging the mass. So
Yes.
um about 444 to 419 million years ago, Earth actually had 420 days a year, and it actually slowed down mostly due
Wow.
to the moon happening and
Oh,
Okay.
being
that's when they
orbit.
invented the moon.
It slowed it down enough. But I guess every major earthquake technically does impact the Earth's axis and rotation speed.
Interesting.
So that's kind of wild to me. I feel like there's still more consequences we don't know, because tell me the Earth's
Yeah.
axis moved? That's wild.
That is
420
crazy.
days to
65.
365
Yeah.
point whatever.
Point
That's a
four
lot of
or
time.
0.25. Yeah.
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 Wow.
That
So wild.
Oh, thank you for
Yeah.
that fun fact.
Mhm.
Now I know a little over time, but we do have
Mhm.
some obviously things to cut out because goofs and whatnot.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you just a quick speed run of some fun facts I found that I wanted to get out there. Maybe we'll do another episode on this because I enjoyed it. Um, but
Speed round, speed
speed
round,
round.
Let's
Okay,
speed
go.
round.
Let's go.
all right. In 1859, there was the Pig War in the United States between the U.S. and the British because a farmer shot a pig that an Irish guy owned over on this
Hey.
island off of Oregon, and it led to this war where 461 U.S. soldiers faced off against 2,140 British soldiers, 5 warships, and 70 cannons,
Oh my
which led
Okay.
to
gosh.
0 human deaths and 1 pig death.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Aw,
it
rest in
lasted
peace.
until 1871.
That's
Oh my
wild.
gosh.
Napoleon lost a war against rabbits. They went on a rabbit hunt and they were outnumbered by the bunnies and thought it was
That's
funny and then got
so
attacked
good.
and decided to abandon.
That sounds
Oh
like the
my
holy hand
gosh.
grenade from Monty Python a little
Right?
bit. Yeah.
Andrews Jackson Parrott was kicked out of his own funeral for swearing too much. The
Amazing.
first woman in space forgot her toothbrush. Uh,
Darn.
John Steinbeck's dog ate his first draft of Mice and Men. I'm going to hit you with just a couple more. French waiters once went on strike for the right to grow their own mustaches.
Hell yeah.
In,
Solidarity.
in 1932, Australia declared a war on emus. And turned out the emus won that war.
Heck yeah.
They found out they were much more vicious than they realized. A day on Venus is actually longer than a year on Venus.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is crazy.
yeah.
It goes so slow.
Yes. Let me see. Let me hit you with 2 more fun ones.
Okay, cool.
I think this is one I've heard before, but I think it's funny. On April 18th, 1930, the BBC announced there is no news today.
Oh,
And
yes.
that's it.
The boringest day in news ever.
Yep. And LOL was originally used as an acronym for little old lady. Uh,
No.
yeah, in the 1960s, it was popularized by a San Francisco Chronicle columnist, Herb Caen, who used it in a lot of his works. And he described an outfit that included a tricorn hat topped with a bird as regalia of the authentic LOL.
That's so good.
So there you go. That's just some fun facts for you.
Well, now I'm gonna go as an LOL for Halloween. Thanks.
And you should. Well, guys, I hope you both enjoyed this episode.
I did.
Yeah.
Thank you. Listener, I hope you enjoyed it as well. Let us know your fun facts. You can start a thread. Is that how it is? Would be over on our Reddit, right?
Yep.
On our subreddit.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
do that. Yeah. Start your fun fact, and then everybody will comment. And it'll probably be like the most commented, Reddit in history.
Obviously.
We are on social media, as Larissa plugged earlier. She is Larissa.Schaefer over on Instagram. And then there's Definitively D over on
Mhm.
Instagram and Reddit. And then I am Controversial Sam on Reddit or Sir Captain Sam over on Instagram. And then you can follow us, Shifting Tones Pod, on Reddit, Instagram, and TikTok. Our TikTok's been blowing up like crazy lately.
Yeah, you're working
So,
hard on those posts. And don't forget about
oh my
YouTube.
God.
We're on
Oh, yeah,
YouTube.
YouTube. Well, yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, you're
If
already
you
listening to